Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. My name, of course, is Seth Bidoff. This is the United Front watch along for 2026 for the Oakland Roots versus New Mexico United. Opening weekend for New Mexico United after having a bit of a delayed start to their season. Hey, Josh over in the chat. There you go. Joining me tonight. You guys might know him. You probably recognize the name at least. Symphonic Resonance is here. I want to say founder of both the subreddit and the Discord. One of our moderators, you and I both moderate over on the subreddit. Yes, Josh, I have about 6 of them, with 2 more on the way. But yeah, so Symphonic, thank you for joining me tonight. You and I chatted briefly yesterday, and kind of a last minute thing in preparation for the watch along. But thank you for being here, number one. And
no problem.
And talk a little bit about starting the subreddit and growing it into what it is today. And we'll just start there, and then obviously we got the match coming up here in just a few minutes.
So my goal was to be the first person to start the subreddit. So I was like waiting for, it was 2018, right? We started, and my whole goal was to make the most professional. I wanted it to feel like a Division 1 subreddit. So the way we moderate it and the way we had all the match threads and stuff, I wanted to create kind of like a lot of forward momentum for the club in their first year. So that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, I can't thank you enough for being part of it. You've been a part of the social aspect of the club and the community since day one, basically. And the subreddit has grown to, what are we at now? Over 9,000?
It's not 9,000. It's like I think it's like maybe 1,500 or so. But yeah. Reddit has changed the way they show stats now, so they only show active users in the past month now.
Okay. Yeah, I know they've made some changes over there. Obviously, you're more involved on the back end than I am, but you put out match threads, you put out predictions, you're very active there. And then I know that with the changes to Reddit and the other social media sites, you made the decision to go and create the Discord. And so now we have a burgeoning, blossoming community over on Discord as well. So yeah. I know there's quite a bit of technical work involved in both of these.
I mean, it's not really so much a technical work. It's just actually just putting the time in to do this stuff, which it is work. It's like anything you volunteer on just takes up time. I just do it because it's fun, and I just want to promote United. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. The community over on Discord is great. The subreddit's been phenomenal. We've seen quite a few people come in from other areas, other social medias, and really become a big part of it. And we're sitting here after a long off season. It feels like a long off season, and we've got a match. We're minutes away. There is no strike yet. No word from the Players Association. No word from the league. And as we've got the matchup now, it looks like the whistle might have just or is about to blow, and the players are standing. Obviously
protest. So
yeah. Obviously, the protest tonight for the CBA, and the players will be standing for a minute. There are no graphics shown on the screen in case you haven't seen any of the other matches. But Oakland's going to take the ball first on their home pitch. I mean, after the offseason, knowing what the clubs have gone through, what are you expecting out of United tonight as play gets underway?
This is a new era almost. We had so much churn with players in the offseason. I'm just expecting Sanchez to put down his stamp of his style of play finally. I look at how many boards we have. I'm expecting it to be, he's going to be going for lots of goals. I mean, everyone does that, right? But we're so forward heavy. It's going to be a lot of strikes. I hope that he's going to be having our strikers actually take the chances. And I mean, I know we are trying to go for high XG goals before, but sometimes I'm hoping that he's going to learn that sometimes our players need to take the chance to, even on a shot that might not be great. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and that's something that we talked to Coach about several times last year as United Front, as other media members did as well. It's are they taking enough chances? Now, if you talk to Christina, she'll tell you just shoot the dang ball, right? And I know we've all screamed that at some point, just shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And obviously, you have, I think we have 6, 7 forwards on the roster right now after a busy off season.
Yep.
And, with Hursty leading in the line, you have to think that there are opportunities here for this club just with the number of weapons that we have.
Absolutely. And as we said, just shoot the ball. And of course, they don't want to just kick it away and give it back to the opposing club. But they just need to take those chances and be like, just go for it sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And United with a little bit of possession here in the 3rd minute, ball playing around the back. Obviously, this was a point of contention for fans last year, myself included. Obviously, playing out of the back is very valid, right? But at times, it felt like United was absorbing and inviting too much pressure.
Absolutely.
Do you think that with the new signings, we see any sort of a shift away from this?
With that many forwards we have, and we weren't even signing defenders up until not too long ago. I would hope to see them just making like fast breaks. Playing out of the back is a solid tactical way of playing soccer. It's like high end soccer, right? But if we have people with legs, we need to be able to just run with it and play very direct.
Yeah, you saw the club switch to a little bit of that last season, and it paid dividends at times. And you look at some of these signings, Niall Reed-Stephen and Arshamed coming back. And I feel like there's opportunities here, and just like I said, you have to take the chances. You can't be afraid to shoot. And I think one of the things that Jacob will tell you too is players were too unselfish at times.
Absolutely. I fully agree with that. They just passed it around, and someone has to be like, you know what, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And Shake's obviously getting the nod in goal. Did you ever think there was a possibility that Rosarena was going to be the guy, or was it always Shake's job?
It was always Shake's. It's right now it's Shake's job to lose, and since we know Sanchez will make a switch midseason if he feels that way, we know that just means that both the primary keepers are going to be working hard on that, and that competition is good.
Yeah, it definitely is. And when you look at last season, obviously we heard prior to even the change that Shakes had been performing well, that Shakes had been pushing Alex, and there was a true competition there. You see Shakes playing a little bit of blocking here as the ball rolls out. Some iffy, nervy moments already here inside of 6 minutes for United. Again, a lot of pressure from Oakland. This is a team that, I say underperformed last year in Oakland, and they're hoping to make a splash this year.
Yep.
My fiance over in chat saying I'm calling green screen. Yeah, I'm sitting here in a green t-shirt. And I managed to chroma key the shirt on just perfectly, and there's no distortions or nothing. Yeah.
Actually, if I was to stand up, my green screen would the Meow Wolf stuff would look all weird on the.
Yeah. That it would. Oh man. Yeah, looking at this roster, looking at this lineup tonight, I didn't really get a chance to break it down yet, but obviously Kip Keller's back from a injury. Oh man. Goal for Wolfgang. Tremendous. Oh man, that was a header. What a header.
That's not the way we wanted to start the season.
No, that is definitely not. Again, United inviting the pressure in, the cross in from the right to Wolfgang, who just elevated above everybody. It's not, he wasn't unmarked. It was just a well-placed cross there. Man, look at that. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say it was a bit unmarked. Came in from behind. Good timing, good placement on that ball, and just Shakes didn't have a chance at that one. Oh, that's rough.
Well, now we get to see where the heart is. I mean, it's 7 minutes in, right? So, or 8 minutes in.
Yeah, header from. Yeah, definitely not what you want to see in the opening minutes of the match. But again, yeah, this is. I don't want to say the goal itself is United, right?
Mhm,
It's the pressure being invited. It's it's turning the ball over in the defensive half, and
mhm.
that was something they really struggled with at times last year.
Well, this is also Oakland's second match of the season, so
Mhm.
they're also probably firing a little bit more. I mean, I know it's just one match, but still, one match against an actual competition does matter a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I mean, we talked about it on the podcast on Tuesday. United with a takeaway, and then they give it right back. Um, we talked about it on Tuesday. They're looking at, again, preseason in the grand scheme of things doesn't matter.
Mhm,
But when you look at where United scored their goals, who they scored them against, obviously they only scored 2 goals against championship or better caliber clubs.
mhm.
The vast majority of their goals came against, Next Pro or, UPSL or college clubs.
College coach, yeah.
Is that cause for concern?
In preseason, no, because you're not giving it 100% because you don't want to get injured before your first match. Um, I I I never concern myself with preseason results.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the results themselves, that's one thing, right? You're not concerned
Mm,
because you're trying to build chemistry, you're trying out new guys, and we had trialists all the way up until the last weekend of preseason. Ending with Turi getting re-signed to a 25-day contract. But, again, it's I said the results themselves not as big of an issue. It's the opportunities and the problem is we don't see what happens in these preseason matches.
yep.
Unless you were out at not I can't even say Mesa del Sol anymore, out at Santa Ana, right?
Mhm.
You're playing on poor conditions. Where are the chances coming from? So and I think that we're at Mesa del Sol this last weekend of the preseason, but it's maybe some of these clubs did play higher caliber lineups than what we did because we were still working things out.
Yeah, maybe. Um, oh,
Their
what are we doing? Is that
players, this is a Ramadan fast break according to the
oh, okay.
huh.
I think I've seen this before. Just spin a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like I'm not sure who 77 is for Oakland. We can see him there on the screen getting a snack in. If he observes Ramadan, then yeah, sunset on Saturday. Oh,
Jeez.
yeah, I mean, give him credit for that goal. I mean, that was a well placed header.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. I mean, credit to Oakland for putting that ball together. You know, and like you said, there's a long way to go in this one.
I got a tuba.
There you go. There you go. There you go, babe. You can play tuba at the United matches. She played tuba.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had this image in my head of like, players trying to kick the ball into the tuba though.
That they some of these guys are pretty good with their accuracy. Maybe they could, depending on where it's at. But, all right, back from the Ramadan fasting break. They had labeled it. They called it a cooling break on the screen, but
Okay.
you want to obviously with the religious beliefs, you want to give the players the time that they need. So
Mhm.
And let me ask you, and I know there was a brief conversation about it. We touched on it, I think 2 weeks ago on the podcast. Danny Rojas trialing with El Paso Locomotive.
Oh,
I didn't see that he got signed anywhere, and maybe I just missed it because obviously we're not in the El Paso sphere. But what do you think about that? I mean, obviously he's a little bit older. He has played professional football before.
yeah.
I mean,
I think
is that a
it's
thing?
I think it's a great way to get more eyeballs onto El Paso and honestly of the club of the league as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he can actually play, that's what's important. It's not like he's getting some random actor to run around with the club.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be a circus. But
that it would be. I mean, I know we've seen actors and other celebrities participate in different sporting events. Will Ferrell obviously has shown up at like spring training and things like that, and been on the field and done stuff. And then you have WWE, who has Jelly Roll and Logan Paul and Bad Bunny and all these guys come in, and but I think there's a whole different level of physicality when it comes to footballing and an IQ that you have to have in order to understand the game itself. But it's definitely a newsworthy thing for El Paso to be doing, and I think it does garner some interest, not just at that level, but also with the league.
Yeah.
All right, 14th minute of play, Zelalem intercepts a pass there near the midfield. Good to see Zelalem back. I know he'd been out quite a bit during the preseason. Looks to be moving well. Kip Keller's moving well. And obviously Dayon continues after coming back from the ACL injury last year. So really excited to see these guys out there and see what they can do.
Hope they stay healthy.
Yeah, that's the main thing. And obviously coming out of the preseason, playing up at Santa Ana, which those fields are awful.
Well, I mean, so I was at one of those preseason matches there, and someone was saying that they had upgraded the field that they were using. Like I guess there was like someone who like runs it. I was just listening to the background conversation. Like I guess so one of the pitches might be okay.
Okay.
Because I mean it had in-ground irrigation and stuff like that. So it wasn't just like some dry fields. It was actually looked okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had irrigation there. I mean, I know I actually got hurt on one of the sprinkler covers a couple years ago while I was reffing. And so because you'll have the plastic covers for the sprinkler heads, and you can see where they would pop up and stuff, and then just where the valves are. There's a plastic cover. Yeah. And I came down. It was like 1.5 inches below the surface level. And I came down hard.
Wow.
Yeah. And you feel it jarring up through your leg. Now, hopefully that's not the field that these guys are on, but in general, due to the amount of use, those pitches are not great. And, it's hard to, number one, maintain that many. And number two, fix damage to the pitch. So,
okay. Yeah. So like, I mean, again, I was hearing someone's conversation, just talking, but it sounded like they may have made one or two of the pitches higher quality or something. Now, I don't know. They were just saying that, but clearly there was someone who was working there, because they were also like taking sandwich orders for Peter. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the tribe has done. They put in a lot of work out there. Obviously, Twin Warriors, the golf course gets a lot more attention.
Yeah.
But I mean, for them to maintain, it's 23 soccer fields out there.
Jeez.
They do a tremendous job, just even having the space and allowing, AYSO, ASL, United, ECNL, all of these different soccer leagues come in, and different levels of competition, come in to maintain it as much as they do. I will say, I do think, there are some much needed upgrades that probably should happen, but it takes money and investment, which I'm sure the Pueblo has.
Yeah.
but it's not a bad place. It's just it's not the greatest of surfaces. It's not like you're specifically designing shot from distance there by United. It is deflected out for a corner for United. Who was that on the shot there?
I didn't check.
Noel with a right-footed shot going across the goal. Tried to go left corner. Good save there. Good shot. You give him credit for shooting from distance and
I
putting
think
pressure.
that's exactly what we wanted to see. We just need to see someone else there to take the second shot.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Chris Gloucester holding over the corner, delivers it into the box. It is pushed away and recycled. Oh no, that might have, I think that was Dayon, not Gloucester. That was Dayon over the corner. But yeah, looking at the team sheet tonight, Reed Stephen getting his first start for the club. Everyone else, all familiar names. Good to see, Will Seymour wearing the captain's armband. I think that was a great choice. I applaud the players for making that vote. And, Will, not only senior statesman, but, he's a true veteran, and you could see it in the way that he acted and communicated with guys on and off the pitch the past couple of seasons.
Yeah. He's got good energy. Seymour's just fantastic. He's got good energy. He just hustles. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, I like seeing Zico in that pivot role too. Zico's so much fun, and honestly, the outpouring of support that he got after the playoff loss to Las Vegas, Zico's such a good dude. Oakland not really slowing things down, but resetting and playing long out of the back. Foul at the midfield. Oh, going our way. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that one, but this was offside. They're saying it was offside. You didn't. I just saw the hand motion by the referee by the center saying he came back from offside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
United still trying to find their footing here. Oakland switches right to left. What do you think Oakland's attendance looks like this year? I mean, obviously they started last year with a bang,
they had that concert, so they really brought it up with their.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could have a concert every match, you'd have amazing.
Right.
I don't know. What were they tracking at last season?
Well, after that opening match, I think they completely trended downward. I don't know what. I'd have to look to see what they ended up at, but yeah, because they opened at what, 20, 24?
Yeah, something like that was big. And I mean, granted, a lot of people were probably there also, not to see the concert, but also to see another sporting event in this historic stadium.
Yeah. Oh. That was a good, solid play by Will there in the middle just a minute ago. I was surprised that the referee allowed advantage to play because it took a long time for the advantage to. Oh, ball in the middle. Oh, Hursty tries for the bike. Oh, that's Sports Center not top 10.
Not.
Oh man, I applaud the effort, but not Hursty's forte.
I think I'm like 5 seconds ahead of you right now in my view.
It's entirely possible. But yeah, man, that was close. If he had hit that would have been phenomenal. But
it would have been.
Yeah.
But he made the attempt. I
He
want to
did.
see attempts.
The attempt was there. The effort and an attempt was made, right?
Yes, an attempt was made.
Let's see. Transfer Market only has 10 clubs listed last season for attendance. That doesn't seem right.
Someone on USL Pro subreddit, I think, runs.
Yeah.
Has attendance tracker. I'm not sure who. And doesn't, what's his name? Someone else has one.
There are a couple out there. There's usually some pretty good trackers. Okay, so Oakland, according to worldfootball.net, ended up at 8.3 for their average.
I mean, so that's not a bad average. It's just that they're playing in the Coliseum. So
yeah, and Legion has the same problem. When you play in a stadium that big now, to be fair, Legion's numbers are not Oakland's numbers. But yeah, when you play in a facility that big, I don't think they're in the Coliseum this year, are they? That does not look like the Coliseum. That looks like a baseball pitch.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be at the Coliseum. That's what the stats were all saying, that the USL's website was saying.
Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't look like it. That's weird.
I mean, technically, the Coliseum was a baseball pitch as well. So
yeah. Ball into the area for Hursty, can't quite control it. I mean, decent first touch to pull it down, but not great. Not great. But again, a ball into the area, you make a play, maybe something comes of it. But yeah, you watch this and you see us again. I think we're playing too slow at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know you want to. Oh, good ball. Good ball, Hursty. Oh. Dayon tries to get the ball into the middle. Hursty might have been offside there, but from the angle, it's hard to tell. But
this looks like something.
There goes Zico. Zico to Hurst.
Oh.
Hurst. Oh, my word. Yeah, you're. Oh.
I feel like I should pause my stream for like a second. I might do that. Hold on. Let's see if I can catch up to you.
Oh, man. That dummy by Hurst. You pull the keeper off the line. You've got an open net. And no, Hursty was not offside there. So, I mean, it looks like you have something.
Yep.
I always feel bad, when I do social media for games like this for the radio station, where there's stuff, but it's not exciting stuff. And people are like, oh, it must be so exciting. I'm trying to make something out of nothing for some of these things.
That's what promotion is.
There weren't any shots for a while. You had a couple fouls, but
there's some midfield battles going on.
Yeah. I like the no call there.
As you know, I like to look up the ref stats before these matches.
Yeah.
And this guy likes this. You look at how he hands out yellow cards. He'll hand out yellow cards, but he doesn't like to throw out second yellow cards.
Okay. I mean, I think some of that may come down to match flow, because Good ball into the box. Hursty's there just a bit too high and nearly ran into the post. But I think a ref who is discerning with their cards
Mhm.
is a good thing, right? Because if you can maintain control, um, with just the one and not having to send somebody off, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, he only showed, I guess it was 3 red cards last season. One
Okay.
of them was during our match versus El Paso in March
Mhm.
against El Paso. And actually, last March was the last time we saw this ref.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is at the Coliseum. I was like, huh. It doesn't look like it. But again, we also don't watch many Oakland matches outside of ours, so with a bit of the injury bug that hit the club in the preseason, was there anyone that stood out for you as someone that you were concerned about? I mean, obviously, Kip had some bouts last year. Zalalem
Kip
had.
Kip's actually the one I had the most concern with because, I mean, he's like our big. I would consider a kind of a big signing for the club,
Mhm.
and then for him to have that surgery, I'm glad he came back fast from the surgery. Just because it'd just be so much a waste for him to go out early, and because I think he's going to make a good impact on for the club this season.
Yeah, I think and that's obviously the expectation, and he did have an immediate impact last year. And now we talked, we were real surprised that he didn't get picked up by someone else, particularly at the MLS level, where that Minneapolis didn't, or Minnesota, I should say, not Minneapolis, Minnesota didn't re-sign him.
Yeah, my theory on that is that maybe they were concerned about maybe being injury prone.
Mhm. Yeah, I can certainly see that, and I think that was a big part of the reason why he came down here last year was after the recovery from the multiple hamstring injuries and missing significant time at the next pro and uh, and MLS level. Get him some time, see if he is healthy. And I mean, he wasn't 100% when he was with us, but
Mhm.
he performed incredibly well throughout the season. Another corner for United. Looks like it's Reed Steven taking it uh from the far side. Gonna be a in swinger. Low delivery into the area, and it's out.
I was
Not a
not
great delivery.
last season. I wasn't happy with our corners. I'm really hoping we improve on 'em this year.
Yeah, definitely an area of concern from last year. You've of the past couple of years, you've lost guys like Justin Portillo, Marco Micheletto, and now Sergio Rivas, um, who, despite still being unofficially retired, we know from Pete that Sergio's done.
Okay.
But who fills that role? I mean, obviously, I think Harris has got a good leg from the near side. That right-footed in swinger.
Mhm.
Um, and his first delivery earlier was decent. It's again you're missing set piece specialists
Mhm.
because that was certainly something that Marco Micheletto was phenomenal at. That Portillo was great at as well. Um,
I wish we could get someone who could do long throw-ins as well, because
mhm.
that can be really effective. I remember watching somebody in the 90s who would do flip throws
Yeah.
and that's always fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. I've seen it trickle down a little bit into like the upper youth levels while I ref, and it's not something that I would ever recommend at that level. But it's if you can do it, it certainly is uh, an interesting tactic to try to throw out. Um, Moose is playing really well right now. He's being a pest defensively, but he's not giving anything up. He's not committing silly fouls like we've seen him do. Oos with a little bit of boxing out there as the ball rolls out for a United throw in. Back in quickly. Seymour goes direct. And that should have been a foul. I think they did call it. Come on, Hursty. No, they didn't call it for us. Judging by Hursty's reaction. Huh. I don't know what they're saying. Like, I don't know what the call was. Oakland is really trying to work that left. And I don't know if it's because they think that maybe Oos is uncomfortable over there, or if they think they have some other sort of advantage on that side, but Oos has done well. I don't think it was out from the angles that we have, but I can see why Coach Sanchez is upset about that one. Come on, Chris. Hursty dropping incredibly deep to pick up that ball there. We need to see something. Wow. You see that stat line there? I can't.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm just like, what? I mean, yeah, I can see we're kicking it around. We're knocking the ball around. But
yeah. 65% possession right now for United.
This could be something.
Could be.
Ooh.
Oh, what was that? Down with the ball off his shoulder blade.
It had a weird, curve to it.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing you could send a keeper and make him fall backwards into the goal.
It could, yeah. If he doesn't keep his footing there, he would have been offside. But that's an interesting tactic. No, I mean, it was a nice little, you get possession in the attacking third. You play the ball into some space, and then obviously, the idea is to get it back in. Shakes with a save, keeps it at 1-0. Ball did squib out a little bit underneath him, but he managed, Will Seymour's right there to pick it up.
Yeah.
Flag goes up against Hurst for offside.
It's got a reaction save there from Shakes.
Yeah. It nearly got under the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got a touch to it. I mean, you can't disagree with Oakland's tactics right now. I mean, they're working. That was Peter Wilson on that last shot there. That's a big commit forward by United to try to catch Spiegel. Gideon's a player that really surprised me last season. He comes in, obviously a known name due to his time with the youth academy and being, or with the U.S. national youth, and then being sent over to play overseas. And Hurst is offside again. And I felt like Gideon really came on strong in the later parts of the season. And he really seems to have found some sort of really good relationship with Coach Sanchez, and it's bringing some good things out of him. I don't know what you saw out of him last year, what your expectations were, given his history, but I think to me, I think it's safe to say that he exceeded most people's expectations.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Kind of have that. We've always liked to sign these players, kind of have a little chip on their shoulder and whatnot, and want to might just want to make that extra move,
Mhm.
maybe to perform better, maybe get another look from a higher league. And I think he did okay with that. He's still with us, but
All right. Oakland in
oof.
heavy possession, ball into the box. Will misses. Big save by Kip Keller. And it's going to be a foul coming out. I mean, good defensive effort there. Guys are able to get to the second ball and get the clearances. And, that's
Yeah.
something we haven't always been strong with.
Well, like last season, a lot of times we would get the ball back and then we would kick it back towards Shakes or whatnot, and then that's a missed kick would end up with a goal against us.
Mhm.
And that's like something I really hope they worked on in the off season, because uh, when a lot of our matches last season were decided by not a lot of goals, and
Mhm.
so when one mistake can like lose you a match, that you can't be doing that.
Yeah, that's something that, again, Coach talked about it multiple times last season. It's, making cleaner decisions. What happened there? Hursty just falls flat. Did he trip? Whatever it was, killed any chance for an attack there. Hursty trying to make a play.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's getting a little frustrated right now.
This season, that whole countdown thing is supposed to be in effect, right? For keepers.
Yep.
Have you seen a ref do the countdown yet?
Not yet. Yeah, so what we're referring to, there's a new law in the game this year to basically saying keepers only have a set amount of time in order to release the ball after making a save or catching the ball off the other team. And it can result in a yellow card if the players don't. So yeah, I haven't noticed it, but it is something that I do plan to keep an eye on to see if anyone actually follows through with this.
I just figure that the countdown is going to turn into a meme or something.
Oh, I mean, I would argue it already is. Like we tried doing it at the ASL, AYSO, levels, and even then, it's tough. Ball into the area for Zico, who is not the tallest of players. Ball gets cleared, recycled back around out to the right. United remains in possession. Oos on it now, plays it backwards. But yeah, but a lot of it is going at that level is going to come down to the coaching and the coaches making sure players understand what the rule is. At the same time, too, whenever I ref, particularly younger kids, I try to give them a little bit of grace and teaching, and be like, hey, this is the law of the game now. Like,
Mhm.
well, let's you have however many seconds to release the ball. If you don't, you're going to be carded. And that's something at that level, and really this level too, that they should be addressing. I mean, hopefully this level they don't have to address the players and tell them that, but at the youth level, they should be addressing it with it being a
Yeah.
new law. Unforced error by Oakland here in the 43rd minute. United gets the ball back into play quickly, but the ref says no. And that allows Oakland to get back in their defensive shape, and United ends up playing the ball backwards. I think we've looked better as this half has gone on. Zalalem with a giveaway in the defensive third.
That's like commentator's curse, right?
Yeah. Keller, fortunately, in the area to stop. Oh, that's a foul, sir. Well, I'm sorry. Now that's going to be a foul.
Oh. Watch us get a card for it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul. I don't know. But I guarantee you they're not going to show a replay of it.
Well,
oh, here it is. That is a foul.
Oh,
my word, that should have been a foul. All right, even the commentators and even the Oakland commentators said, yeah, it's a foul. Yeah, looking at their commentary on the closed captioning, they said, definitely foul. Probably should have been a yellow. Borderline reckless challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's a really poor decision by the referee there. That's clearly late.
So it's a kind of play that can amp up a team after it happens.
It can. Yeah, it can.
Okay.
Reed Steven offside. That's frustrating. You just got to hope that the frustration of the half, with some of the perceived missed calls, with, especially with, you see Hursty getting frustrated.
Yeah.
You hope that doesn't carry over and that they're able to channel it a bit better. But
yep.
3 minutes of stoppage time. Mostly due to the Ramadan fasting break earlier in the half. All right, ref letting them play there. So the only thing about the Ramadan fasting break is typically when you have a break of that nature, whether it's a hydration break, Ramadan fasting break, you have to have a similar stoppage in the second half. I wonder how they'll do that tonight. Or maybe call it a hydration break. I don't know.
That's what they'll do. We're starting to play up a little fire in that last third.
That we are. Pressure from Reed Steven. Oakland tries to play out of the back a bit after they recover possession. Ball goes off of the United winger and out for a throw deep in their own defensive third. For 2 minutes into stoppage time, still a chance here. Ball over the top and looking for Oos. Just a little too much on it. I really like Will in that center back role. I felt like he did better there than he did playing out wide a couple of years ago when we were sticking him out as a right wing, or a right back, I should say.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. When he was a right back, he sometimes, I don't know, something with his speed or something. He was just sometimes he had issues with his timing, and the center he can just play. I don't know. It's like kind of like that's like a physical. I can't really explain it, but it's fun to watch there. He's got clearly he understands what's going on in there. He can read the offensive players.
And that's halftime. United had a chance there at the end, but the ball got played out from the top of the area, and we head into the break. United down 1-0. Well, initial reaction to that first half.
So we got better as we played through that match. The first half, I think it almost feels unfair that we were scored on so early. I think, yeah, I think we were we as you said before, we were absorbing a lot of pressure there earlier on, and granted that translated into high possession, but I want to see us just attacking more.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna go see if we can't pull up the halftime stats here and take a look at some of those. I know early on they had it 65% possession for us, and as it looks right now, United is currently sitting at 60.4% possession. And when you look at the attacking side of things, 4 shots to 2 in favor of Oakland, 2 shots on target to 1, and then we have 1 shot from inside the box, 1 shot from outside the box. I mean, Oakland is. I mean, it's been clear they've had the better opportunities.
Yeah.
And obviously, Shakes with a big save early on to keep the scoreline at 1-0. But yeah, it's just you when you absorb that pressure, you allow teams to come off the break. You have to be able to turn and make plays, and
yeah,
I don't know, but I agree. Going the other way, like we've got to be better, we've got to be cleaner, we've got to work our way in. I do like the shot from Noel early on. So, you force the issue, take a shot from outside the box, make Spiegel make a save. You would think that it would open things up a bit more, but it really hasn't. At least not yet.
I see Bolty in the chat.
Yep.
He's like one of the few people who actually probably knew who I was before.
Well, I've said it before. One of the things about doing the work for the radio station is one of the worst things in the world to write about is a 0-0 scoreline. Second worst is losing 1-0. It's so awful because you try to pick out good things that the club has done, things that you can highlight. It's, and I agree. Like, we definitely played better as this match went on. I chances were few and far between. Obviously, the failed bike is going to be one that you might see pop up on social media a little bit.
As you said, there was an attempt.
Yeah, there was an attempt. But yeah, I think we're putting ourselves in positions to where we can get forward, but again, it's cleaning it up. You look at the attempt the chance, I should say, that Hursty had. He pulls the ball down with his right foot on the left side of the box, and then just the second touch wasn't there. You look at the chance there towards the end where we get the ball played back into the middle, and then we lose possession. So I don't know. Like, I think I'd be okay with the guys, taking a few quicker shots instead of playing the ball around. Maybe one of those shots goes in, but.
Well, it is early season, game one, and sometimes strikers have to get into a rhythm of scoring those goals, so they need to take those chances so they can get a feel for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. And realistically, if you look back at last year, Talon Maples led the team in scoring.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got your center back leading the team in scoring, which I love Talon. Really nice guy. He got outran and outplayed last week. But maybe some of those chances should have gone to Hursty. Like, I know you want to go with the hot hand. I know you want to go with the guy that go with the guy that brought you. But it's just, I think you got to look at it. Give the chances to the strikers.
Yeah, you want to get your strikers on fire, and if they're not getting the chances, then when are they going to get the chances?
Yeah, I correct myself. Talon had 7. Hursty had 8. I thought Talon led. I think if you take into account Open Cup goals, he might have as well. He might have led the team, but yeah, I mean, 7 goals there. I mean, and Hursty had some dry spells. He started the season hot and then kind of fell off. Spent a little bit of time injured. But yeah, it's important to get your strikers going, and whether it's you look at this year, whether it's Hursty or Reed Steven or Noel, you've got to get people moving. You've got to get them on the board. Give them some, I don't want to say confidence, because I don't think these guys lack confidence.
Yeah, I've seen other coaches for other teams just put out their best strikers over and over again, even when they're on a cold streak. They just keep pushing them out there because eventually they're going to click and go. And maybe it takes a half season to get them on fire, but once you get them on fire, then you have the rest of that season to perform great into the postseason.
Yeah. Well, comparing Hursty to a guy like Andy Cabrera last year for El Paso, obviously Andy had a pretty good season, but when you look at it, it was essentially like 3 or 4 matches and that was it. I mean, I'd rather have a guy who gets 12, 15 goals over 32 matches than a guy who gets 10 and 4 or 5. That shows consistency, and it gives you, as a fan, as a media member, as a teammate, like, hey, I can rely on this guy to consistently be in dangerous areas.
Absolutely. And I mean, I guess there's some people see as a positivity of having like so many different other players getting goals, but we have people signed up on the team that's their job, is to score goals. They need to be the ones doing it. They need to basically, when a defender sees them, they have to be like, oh no, not that guy. Maybe we got to put 2 people on that guy. If there's no fear there's no worry about our strikers, then clubs are going to be just almost be willing to ignore them. I guess that's going back to Hurst issues of scoring PKs before, to when there was that time when we just weren't scoring PKs. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you can do that, if you know that a club can't score a PK, you might be willing to play more aggressively defensively, independently area. Maybe.
Yeah, it's tough, and because I felt like last season one of the things that we suffered from particularly early was opportunities and playing the ball into the area, which is going to play into your strikers scoring less. It's going to play into your forwards not being included there. Quick look around the league. Pittsburgh defeats Loudoun 3-2, 1-1 draw. Wait, there's 2 Rhode Islands on that screen. USL typos. Lou City beats Miami 4-1. And Rhode Island either drew 1-1 with Sporting Jacks or they lost 3-0 to Detroit City. Who knows? Lexington and Sacramento 0-0. El Paso currently leading Monterey 1-0 halftime. FC Tulsa and San Antonio 0-0 draw there. Colorado Springs over at Las Vegas 3-2, and then halftime in Phoenix with Rising up 1-0 on Orange County. But yeah, like when you're struggling to create opportunities, when you're struggling to get your strikers involved, you have to find other ways. And even if they miss a PK, you have to keep putting them out there. You have to keep showing faith in them. And I know he said we went through a couple of opportunities where we missed like 3 in a row, 2 in a row, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand, okay, well, who's first, second, third in the lineup? And, Maples volunteering to go do it, right? And he just kept doing it. Which, again, like, reward him, yes, but again, find ways to get your strikers involved. Find ways to get them opportunities, even if it is a PK. A PK could turn them on the right path. And so clarification on the Detroit City, Rhode Island. That's actually Detroit City beating Brooklyn 3-0, not Rhode Island. Rhode Island did draw with Sporting Jacks 1-1. Oh, USL typos. So I know that we've talked a bit about it on the podcast, players to watch this season. Is there someone for you that stands out as it could be a newcomer, it could be a veteran, it could be someone who's, maybe filling in a new role, right? Who do you think fans should keep an eye on this year?
Oh man. I honestly, I think he's from like last year, right? But I think Noel's just itching to break out.
Mm-hmm.
He had a few really like you could see those flashes, and I'm expecting to see those flashes. He's fun to watch anyways. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. And it's interesting to kind of see him with where he's playing tonight. Obviously, you've got, Dayon on the left. And Noel has been more of a central mid tonight. And to me, that doesn't feel like his natural position. I think he would be better on the left, but I mean, I don't know, maybe again, we're not coach, and obviously Noel had the shot early in the match here to force the save. Maybe there's something to it, but how do you see that interplay working with Noel and Harris when they're both, both players who want to be playing off that left side?
I don't know. It feels like this is something they're going to have to work out as they play this season. What it really feels like is like we got a whole bunch of new people in. Realize there are a lot of names that we're still recognizing. I hope this train isn't blasting over my audio right now. I'm not sure exactly how their interplay is going to be. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I get it. It's a tough question. It's tough to kind of postulate on what might happen between guys and yeah, I mean, right now I was looking at the lineup over on USLChampionship.com, and right now they have us in a 4-5-1.
which I don't know how we do it with so many. So
Right?
how many forwards we have? It should be an inverse. It should be a 1-5-4.
Yeah, right. That's what it feels like. But yeah, I know they're going to keep showing that the replay of that goal there, and it again just really well worked. And it's not like it was terrible defending. I mean, yeah, Wolfgang Prentice comes in from behind. So I felt like it feels like Will was in a good position to be there. That ball is just too high for him. But then here's that play we were talking about. Get the ball forward to Hurst. He just, I don't know, he scuffed it. I think it just went off the side of his foot more than anything.
Mm.
And then this opportunity here, obviously Keller in behind Wilson there, giving him the room for the run. Big save by Shakes.
Yep.
And then that one gets cleaned up. So, yeah.
Do you think we're going to see Nava tonight?
Ooh. I don't know. That's a very good question. Looking at our bench, I mean, obviously, 5 subs is a thing now. So I think it's possible. I think we're more likely to see Archimed, Lakava, Renix, and Hamalainen. And I hope that's how you pronounce it. I would love to. I can't wait to talk to him to see how exactly it's said. But
has the club put out a pronunciation sheet or anything?
So they generally provide us with Turi coming in. Turi coming in to start the second half. So who's he coming in for? Zalalem. Interesting. Dude, I will get back to the question here in a second. Turi, holy crap! After the injury to his knee, I thought he was done. I legitimately thought that he was done. So happy to see Turi back. That's incredible for him. That really is. I didn't get to see him in preseason. I want to see how he does here. I can't help but wonder if might be a possible injury concern for Gideon after one of the fouls that he took.
Yeah, one of those fouls, he got up and he was definitely limping a bit. He was very slow to get up. So better play it safe.
Yeah, especially this early. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that there. So Lakava before Nava. Bolte says, I think we do, but not for more than 15 or 20 minutes in reference to seeing Nava in tonight's match. But yeah, so as far as the pronunciation guide, so the club historically provided all media members with match day notes.
Okay.
The first few years, we would get them like a couple days prior. Kind of update on it's just a brief, basically a briefing packet, right? Here's where both clubs stand. Here's where the rosters are. It might have some stats. It might have history between the clubs, that type of deal. United, I said we would always get it like a couple days prior to the match. And then the club would always include a pronunciation guide, which is something that most other teams don't do. And that's provided to all media, home and for us and the opposing teams. Oakland with a chance here. Ball played forward. That's Peter Wilson. It looks like shot from the left, takes a deflection, but Shakes makes a big save. Diving to his left there. Great job by Shakes to stay with that one off after the deflection.
Yeah.
I think I went off Seymour. But good job by Shakes. So yeah, the club would always provide a pronunciation guide. And then starting last season, after after David Weesey Carl left, we United Front
Okay.
and a couple other outlets stopped getting match notes.
Oh,
Yeah. So we stopped getting, but the club does provide a pronunciation guide. I haven't seen one yet this year. I did not get a match day. I didn't get match notes prior to this one. But then of course it's a away match. The club has a new interim communications person.
oh, that's right. We changed, didn't we?
Yeah. Delmy Barrias, no longer with the club, left right before the end of preseason.
Yeah, she wasn't with the club that long, anyways. It's
6 months, give or take.
yeah, it's off season mostly.
Yeah. 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 So she left, and Bella is the one. Bella and Juan are the folks handling media right now. Juan obviously handled social media for a number of years. But yeah, so the communications department is being handled by two individuals currently for the club. As far as the comment about Alex, so we didn't know. Alex didn't tell anybody. Alex didn't tell anybody. So yeah, the club foul in the box on Hurst. I don't know.
It
Ooh.
looks clean.
Yeah. If he caught it, I think he caught his foot though. I think he caught his foot before he got the ball. But either way, corner for United. Penalty not given. No foul. And it looks like Niall Reed Stevens standing over it again. Again, going to be an in swinger. You want to see a little bit more height on this one, unless you go school ground and maybe put it like right in between the mark and the 6-yard box. But I think you want to see a little more height on this one. But yeah, so yeah, Alex never told anyone that the pronunciation was wrong. Not a bad delivery on that one. Oh, yeah. Shot from well outside the box. That was Chris Gloucester. Spiegel, though, with a good save. Not much of a challenge on that one.
I'm glad he took the shot.
Yes. No, I mean,
challenge the keeper.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the line of sight, you've got the opportunity. Do it. I applaud the effort. United definitely out on the front foot a bit more here early in the second half. But yeah, back to the Alex thing. He never told anyone. The club never said anything. And when we finally, when I think it was Tyler Ortega that finally started saying it correctly on the broadcast. we're like, wait, what? And we found out, and Alex just never said anything. It's just a local, depends on where you're at. Like he was perfectly fine either way, just never corrected anybody.
So I know the league would occasionally send out, or they would produce a pronunciation guide that was audio wise. Because I was able to download it once, and hold on.
Oh, not a good delivery on that one.
I was able to download it, and I had this ginormous download of all the different names, and I think that's like the best way to do a pronunciation guide.
Yeah,
then you can let you listen, especially if you get the player to actually say their surname.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I mean, you could have a player named Wagner, but his actually last name might be Wagner, or you could be, or Fresnel versus Fresnel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it helps too. Like if you know the player's German or Dutch, or and maybe not even then, but if their ancestry is right, like if you've been around any sport long enough, particularly football, like you kind of know like how some pronunciations should be. But and Multi did say Hamalainen. Okay, I think I had it right earlier. All right, 53rd minute, still 1-0 United. United getting a throw here over on the far side. I don't know if you saw it, and I want to ask you about this too. So, obviously, one of the bigger departures in the offseason was Mukwele Akale.
Okay.
Going over to Lou City,
Yeah.
scored in his debut after subbing on at halftime for Lou City last weekend. Lou City's social media posts is referring to him as Mook.
Mook?
Mook. M-U-K. Yeah. Mook with his first goal. Now, on first glance, me being a gamer, I saw it. Oh, they're calling him Muck. So I quote tweeted it, and I put out a a GIF of Muck, enveloping a bell sprout. There's no way. Do you think there's a chance that Quelle is like, yeah, I want to be called Mook?
No, probably not. Just gotta probably be polite about it. The fans get around it. He won't have a choice.
Right? But yeah, it was just funny. I was like, there's no way. Like he specifically told us when he came in that his nickname was Quelle.
Okay. So problem solved.
Yep. So yeah, like I felt kind of bad that they did that, but I mean, maybe he did say something. I don't know, but it felt weird. Keller drawing a foul off of a high boot there. So free kick for United, looking around 27 yards out. Maybe slightly further, but almost straight ahead. I mean, you got Zico and Reed Stevens standing over it. I can't imagine shooting from this distance, but
there you go. You're right.
Yeah. Reed Stevens plays it out left to Chris Gloucester. Ball goes back in. Oos looking for some sort of a foul. Looks like he's saying he might have had a hand around his throat there, just by judging from his motions. Yeah, I don't know. Like I know around 30 yards is a difficult position for any player, but I think you need to go into the area with that one. And I know it's harder, going straight ahead.
Yeah.
Oakland surrender another corner.
That's what we've been doing. With big, like first half, we had like 2 corners. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there on that spot of possession, Hursty drifted out wide to the left, tried to play the ball into the middle for Dayon. And all right, Zico was going to take it, but now it's Dayon. Again, another in-swinging corner from the far side. Dayon, obviously the right-footed player. Good ball. Oh, that was a good delivery there. We didn't have anyone in the center of the box.
Good work getting that throw in.
Mm-hmm. So that's 3-0 now. And good Lord. All right, here he is making his New Mexico United debut. Nico Hamalainen coming on for Kip Keller in this 57th minute.
I'm guessing that was planned.
That's my guess, especially with Kip coming back from the surgery. I mentioned it the other night. I said I don't think he gets more than 60. I thought 70, 75 might be pushing it, but
Mm,
because he really, I mean, he's been training, but training is not match fit. So, but this will be my first look at Nico, and same for most other people as well. So it'd be interesting to see how he plays tonight. Niall tries to play the ball in for Turi. I like the physicality from Turi.
yeah.
I like that.
Let the other club know you're there.
Mm-hmm. That was a decent ball in. Oh, there's nothing there. Turi didn't do anything.
We got to have someone who takes over for Bruce effectively.
Right. And I'm gonna need to add Nico's name to my spell check, because I know I'm gonna misspell this thing and everything's gonna yell at me. I've actually gone through and done that every season. I've added players' names to my spell checker so that
That's
grammarly,
smart.
word, and outlook, everything like doesn't yell at me.
That's smart.
Zico dropping deep. Oh, okay. Good ball over the top, and just a bit behind Hurst, so he couldn't really get behind it or get under it. But good of him to play the ball back out to where we can control it again. Ball into the area for Reed Steven, gets a header on it, but it's out wide. So here in just the last few seconds, we've seen two balls, one pretty direct over the top, that one across out from the left, getting into the middle of the area or top of the area. And, it seems to be that this is going to be, I think it looks like there might be a chance of some success here with going that route.
Yeah. Also, Oakland's just allowing us to basically play out of the back, and they're not challenging us on that right now for at least the past few minutes.
Yeah, that is noticeable in how they're playing. You saw the press early, and that's one thing that that Troy and Zach did really well. If you watched those matches back then, like, teams would back off of that press late in the match because we just run them into the ground. Danny Trejo in, Wolfgang Prentice out. Hackashaw is a big boy. Hackashaw comes in there as well. I think Trejo's 28, 29. I wonder what sort of an impact he'll have for them. I mean, obviously, he's not north of 30. Where a lot of strikers tend to fall off a bit.
Yeah.
But United strings together some passes. Ball into the. Oh, that was close. Good ball over the top, looking for Gloucester off the left wing.
Do you think the strategy this year might be just to basically rope-a-dope the first half and then just flood the final third and the second half with attackers?
Hey, you know what? Go with the. I've got my. Tell you what, I'll go grab my inverting the pyramid book back there, and I'll give it to coach and see if we can do a 110 lineup for the second half of the matches. Just put 10 forwards out across that line. Oh, good ball
That
into
was
the area.
nice.
Reed Stevens there. That's a really good ball in. Great save by Spiegel. Hurry tries to make the turn to keep it in, but it goes just over the line. I like that delivery there.
It almost feels like the leash just got taken off and they're just allowing to being allowed to play or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or the halftime speech was fantastic.
That's something that we haven't seen a whole lot of from the club with Dennis. We saw it with Quill, we saw it with Troy, we saw it with Zach. The videos of the halftime speeches.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just a Dennis thing, and if it is, that's fine. He's very much a to the point speaker. He doesn't sugarcoat things for those players. Turia sees the ball out. Another throw in for United. 65th minute now. And shakes way outside of his net.
I'm not even sure what that was about.
No, I think the intent was to keep it on the right, but then with what they thought might have been a foul, they decided to look the other way. Referee playing advantage. Cross in the area. There's nobody there. Reed Steven brings it down and pulls a Romario. I mean, it's better. It's looking better.
Yeah. And I would say if Oakland thinks they're just gonna defend against us for the rest of this match, that might go wrong for them.
Yeah.
Because then we'll be in this match.
Spiegel down with a bit of cramp, maybe. Hard to tell, but yeah, I mean, if we keep up this type of pressure, it's going to be tough. It's going to be, and we've seen it the other way too. When we allow that much pressure late in the match, Spiegel with a punch off the corner out to the other side. Looks like Deion Harris is going to stand over that one. But I like it. I like these. The last couple of corners have been better deliveries into the area. You see the stack there, and they scramble. Yeah. Just no one in that spot right there.
Keeper's punching a lot.
Mm-hmm. Good play by Hamalainen there. Didn't overcommit. Kept the effort on, and ultimately forced a turnover for United. That was a good play. Deion trying to cut into the middle.
Nice.
Yeah. A little bit of a miscommunication like there between him and Oos. Oos kind of stepped in, probably shouldn't have. Nice little ball
Oh,
in. Oh,
oh,
if he play, that's offside, sir. I'm not. That should have been offside. Trejo was clearly offside. Need the camera B to focus on the Roots giraffe. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't. I thought I saw a giraffe back there.
yeah, yes, there is one.
Good play, Will. Roots now with a little bit of possession. Turi. Get it out. There you go. Reed Steven. He's a player that I'm really interested in this year. I've watched him the past couple of years, especially watched him last year down at Tormenta. And I think he could be huge for us this year. I mean, Tormenta did a really good job of developing players, and I hate to see what happened down there. And obviously, it's a management issue. But they've developed some quality players.
Yep.
Oakland's dropping into a low. Oh, look at that ball!
Oh,
Oh,
my.
shoot it! Oh, you had the shot. Oh,
He shared it.
yeah. I think if he'd taken that one time instead of taking that dribble in.
And then that's the thing. If he takes it one time and let's put some, speed behind it, maybe it bounces around and ping pongs, and then who knows?
Yeah. Noel now playing off the right. Noel with the interception, puts it on free. Oh, just wide right. Oh my God.
Don't say right or right. That triggers me.
Oh.
Gosh.
Oh, Spiegel got a touch to that.
Our corner.
Yep. I don't know where that flick was to, but that's okay. We're putting the ball in the air. Oakland dropping, like I said, I think I mentioned a second ago, dropping the 5 at the back now. I don't want to say that they're parking the bus, but they've definitely dropped into a low block. Yeah, see, that's a 5-3-2 right now.
If we were doing that in the same situation, I'd probably be starting to yell at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically at this time in the match.
Yeah. Noel with a switch, looking for Reed Steven. Reed Steven gets a tug on the back of his jersey. Oh, look at that. Oh. I mean, he didn't have a great look there. I think he's left-footed, so that would have been a tough shot for him. But that cross left a little bit to be desired. Yeah, Bolty, you're absolutely right. Everything but the end product right now. Everything but the end product.
It's kind of like the story of our club sometimes.
Yeah. Man. We've got some United players are upset about something. I didn't catch it. I was trying to look up something about on Reed Steven, but
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy, yes or no?
See, now I want cotton candy. I haven't had it in like 20 years.
Ooh, yellow card for Nico there. My guesses are going to say SPA stopping a promising attack on that one. Yeah. And it's no worse than some of the other fouls we've seen, but position, directionality of play, like. But I applaud the effort. I'm okay with that foul right there. Too far out for them to really go for goal. You know, yeah, you pick up a yellow, which I think the yellow is I think it's harsh, but by the letter of the law, that's what it is. I can only assume there was a labor protest for the past 30 seconds when we saw cotton candy kids on screen. Anytime they cut away from the field, that's what it is. It's a protest. The effort by Hursty there.
Wow. That was great.
Yeah. Keeps that ball in play. United playing not quite tiki-taka, but ball in. Oh. Chested down by Gloucester. Sent back in, headed out. A lot of pressure from United here. Ball into the area looking for Wilson, it looks like. Can't quite control it. Shakes comes up with it. United going the other way.
Yeah, Shakes had that all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of an odd touch by Wilson there, if he even got a foot to it, but it kind of ended up behind him a bit. I think the delivery wasn't 100% where he wanted it to be. Yeah, if I had to guess, I can't find it. If I had to guess, Reed Stevens right-footed. So, yeah, that shot from or that area on the right there would have been tough. You got Luther Archimed coming in, and you've got Justin Renix also coming on for United. So that's 4 subs used in 2 windows. I've noticed, yeah, Hursty off for Archimed. And then Renix on for Jabang. Okay.
I'm looking forward to see what Renix does.
Yes. Justin Renix, another high profile signing for United in the offseason. So if I had to guess, we're not going to see LaCava. But I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe put him in for. No, if you got Renix on the right, I mean, maybe bring him in for Dayon on the left. But
Like it. Like the idea.
I mean, LaCava's not a left winger. Like he's like I don't know how you would do that, bro. Yeah, no, good ideas. Like I like the chip in the from Turi there. Obviously, looking to create something. I like what I'm seeing from Terry tonight. He looks good.
Yeah, he's been kind of aggressive and
Oh,
uh,
ooh, Will with a recovery there. Not a great job by Wilson. I mean, he was played in well behind. I don't know if we lost him or what, but Wilson was in on goal there.
Oakland's putting together a good string of passes right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a foul. Gloucester knew it.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Yep. Yeah, I can't find it recorded anywhere. It's not on Transfer Market. Not on anywhere about Reed Stephen. I can't. I'm guessing he's right-footed.
Jeez.
Good defensive effort. I think that was Turry again. I was up in the box the night of his injury. Oh, big save by Shakes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, offside flag is up. Offside flag was up.
Well, we just wait. They're still celebrating. What the?
No, they're wow.
Maybe the ref raved off the offside.
Yeah. I want to see that replay. I want to see like 18 angles of that replay. All right, so ball comes in. Oh, so
Yep.
Yeah, that's a goal. Crap.
Yeah, we kept him on. It's kind of unfair for.
We feel bad for Shakes there.
Yeah. We had a really good run of it for the past 10 minutes up until then.
That's that's rough. I mean, yeah, if the AR had his flag up for offside, it's clearly wrong, but man. Oh, there's LaCava. On for Reed Stephen. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to make. I don't know what to make of that sub. LaCava's first. Okay, LaCava getting involved immediately. Ball brings down the ball in. Goal!
Oh yeah.
There we go. Justin. There we go. This match is not over, ladies and gentlemen. 82nd minute. Justin Renix with a sliding boot to that ball.
Like that hustle. Yeah.
Love that. Oh, that's really great. Rennick scoring in his debut, Akava picking up an assist. I wasn't sure that first touch of his there, I wasn't sure if he was gonna be able to keep it in, but he did. And then just sticking with that ball there. In preseason, the Akava was hustling the whole time. I mean, that's what you want. That's absolutely what you want, and they've officially scored it as an own goal against Turi.
Huh.
Another shot from distance, wide left. That was Zico on that one.
Keep her milking time for all it's worth.
And this is where you might really start to see that the new law.
Yep.
Yeah, ref, back him up. You got to back him off, ref.
What are you doing?
You either got to back him off or you got to give him a yellow for delaying the restart.
Yeah. Just give him the yellow.
Right? Because obviously Zico is trying to put the ball where he wants it. He's trying to play not necessarily quickly, but in a quicker manner, trying to get play going again.
Yeah.
United 85th minute. Zico Bailey staying over the ball, around 25 yards out, just left of center. Right-footed, crossed into the area, gets headed around a bit.
Oh,
great slide tackle by Zico. United back in possession. Dude, Zico's so much fun.
Yeah, he is.
Who is that? Was that Renix? No, that's Noel that gets fouled. No foul, though. Ever since we brought Zico in on that 25-day contract 2 years ago, he has just been lights out for this club.
Yeah. That's why I like those short little contracts, just to allow a player to show what they got.
Yeah, I know talking to Harry and some other folks from San Antonio, they really missed him after he was gone. Same with Nicky Hernandez, too. Nicky obviously back with San Antonio now.
Yep.
Look at those touches there. This ref is just not giving much of anything. Oh, I applaud the creativity. Oh, yeah.
Just don't argue with the ref.
Right.
I guess he can, but
yeah.
he has permission to do that band down his arm.
Right. Yep, he's the only, and that's another law too. It's only supposed to be captains now whenever there is something that happens. But yeah, that was Lakava on that shot. I mean, he had it lined up pretty well. It was a nice little interplay. Just couldn't quite get through the mass of bodies inside the area. Turi with another defensive stop. I mean, I'm going to want to go back and watch that clip again. I can't say for sure that it came off of Turi without a better angle, but
Match has really opened up right now.
Mm-hmm. All that flick there. Zico from distance, parried away.
That's why we need a.
Gloucester. Oh, Harris plays the ball off for Gloucester. I don't know what Gloucester was thinking there. There's no one in the middle of the area for him to try to pass it to either. Zico's shot, man. I don't think Zico gets enough credit for just how good of a leg he has. Ball into the area looking for La Cava. It gets flicked out, and that is going to be another New Mexico United corner. Or not La Cava. That was Renix.
No way.
They were looking for.
That was a really fast corner.
Yep. Zico back in. Ooh, get there. Okay. Turi. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful little pass, but no one there for Noel to get it to in the area. Turi gets things going again quickly. This is fun to watch. Nothing. Hey, Bolte. This is fun. The effort here at the end. Oh, La Cava turns. Is deflected away. 90th minute. If I had to guess. Well, we didn't have a stoppage here. Maybe they don't have to do it for the Ramadan. I don't know. That's worth looking into in the laws. But typically, when you have one stoppage, you have to have two. And Oakland taking their time. See the ref telling him get things going. You got it. Come on, ref. You got to
count it down. 3, 2, 1. Come on.
You got to get them counting. Yeah, the effort here, the increased creativity, the chances that you see coming. And that's Renix there. They're calling a foul going in favor of Oakland.
Was it
3 minutes of stoppage time? Spiegel gets a yellow card. For what? For time wasting. Right? Oh, he must have got, so it must have been on that goal kick. And now they're going to get a yellow card here for time wasting. He's 10 yards.
Why would we be time?
Yeah. Free kick delivered into the area. Shakes brings it down. Oh, Shakes. Renix tries to keep it in.
It's unfortunate to have the last name of Shakes.
Yeah, he shanked that one. Yeah. The 2 cards to Oakland for time wasting.
Okay. What are we doing there?
Big save by Shakes. Great release. Oh,
see, that's what I like with Shakes. He's got a strong arm. He can time those.
He does.
Last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I will say that I do think that's one thing he does better than Alex did. Because while Alex had a pretty good distribution, he didn't have the arm to do what Shakes does.
Yeah.
3 minutes feels low. I don't disagree. But again, I mean,
there was 3 minutes in the first half, and we had that whole stoppage. So who knows?
Spiegel's about to get another one here if he doesn't hurry it up. I will say, compared to past seasons, that was a pretty quick yellow for time wasting for Spiegel.
Okay.
Dude, Renix is fun. The effort he's putting into this.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Someone who just will just go at it.
We've hit the 3-minute mark of stoppage time. Oakland puts the ball out for a United throw. And they're going to blow the whistle. He blows it right on 3 minutes. Ooh. I disagree, sir.
That's like rewarding time wasting.
Yeah. There it is. Final first match of the season. Oakland Roots defeat New Mexico United by a final of 2-1. Header by Wolfgang Prentice and what went down as an own goal for Turi. Wow.
So we had, last season matches like that before where we can really turn on the afterburners in the last 20 minutes or so. And is that what we really want to be doing? Be nice to have those afterburners turn on at the start of the first half. Start of the second half, and get some results.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it almost feels like it's by that point it's too little, too late. Now, obviously, you get you pull one back with 10 minutes to play. There is still time, but you don't want to. You certainly don't want to leave anything late like that. And I will honestly say the second half was far better than the first. But yeah, that 2-0 deficit, that's tough. That's tough for anybody. And no, you need that effort for the full 90, not just the final 15.
Yep.
So well, all right. Fast reactions. Give me good, what's your number one top reaction? What's your number one bad reaction to what you saw tonight?
We started too slow. We allowed them to play in the first half. They dictated. We had the possession. That's because they were really dictating. They were able to score early, and we basically just waited for the halftime to kind of figure out what we're going to do next. And maybe that's how it is. Maybe Sanchez is really a second half manager. I don't know. I really enjoyed watching Takeaway. Renix, fun to watch. Really fun to watch. I'm excited to see everything he does now.
Yeah, it's obviously you get some guys getting their debuts, Lakava, Renix, Hamalainen all getting debuts, Reed Steven getting a debut tonight. I can't fault any of their performances. The guys played tough. Renix,
we were scored on early, right? So it took away that first early score. This is actually a 1-1 match, so it's not we always want to win, but it's not a negative performance. It's kind of a performance that you can build on.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, you saw changes in the second half. You saw almost, you mentioned earlier, almost like the leash to come off. The guys definitely played more free in the second half, and you saw a lot more creativity. And there's lots of, I think there's a more positives than negatives out of this. Obviously, the big one, surrendering the early goal, right, and not playing cleanly in defensive third. That's where I think that we really struggled in the first half. But again, that's been our MO for for years, right? We give
Yep.
up early turnovers. We give up turnovers in our own half, and we have to play from behind.
We usually have like one bad back pass
Yeah,
each match.
yeah, and then and then obviously the missed opportunities, right? That's the other thing, and it's the story of
The,
just who this club has been.
the
So,
bike, the almost bike.
mhm. The almost bike, and then you have this attempt here. Like, if you're Hurst, you got to do a bit better with that finish. Now, again, looking at it, just comes off the side of his foot, like off the side of his toe there.
But
But
yeah, but
yeah,
he's the pro. It's his responsibility to make sure that comes off right.
yep, that it is. Are they going to show? No, they didn't show it. Oh, this is it here. This is the second goal. Oh, it came off Turi's head. Like it comes off. I'm gonna back the broadcast up like 10, 20 seconds because it comes. Yeah. Oh, that's so tough because it's in such close proximity. Cross in, shot, off shakes, off. Yeah, it comes off of off Wilson and hits Turi in the forehead.
That's actually the thing is like you make the attempt for in the box like that, and then it starts ping ponging around, and that's when sometimes those fluke goals happen. It's not really a fluke, but because and so we just need to take those chances so we can get that kind of result as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You put the ball in, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, Shakes makes a phenomenal save. Ball happens to come off of both Wilson and then Turi and back at Shakes. Like it's such a fluky goal that you're rarely if ever going to see again. But that's tough. It really is. I think we'll get there. We may have a few of these before we're really clicking. I don't disagree with that at all. Bolte need Zico to take corners and Stevens to be in the box. We need tall people in there. Yes, we've never been a tall team. You need targets for your corner guys. And I saw the corners did get better as the night went on. I think we can agree to that. But yeah, no, I mean, to me, again, it's the slow start, right? That's the big negative for me. The slow start, playing negative, playing in negative space, essentially. The positive, Renix looked good. This is the first time I've seen him live, so to speak. Renix looked good. LaCava had a great first touch that led to the goal. Yeah, I mean, Nico looked good. Turi looked good. I mean, it's hard. I can't. It's hard to pick out just one guy. Like Turi's effort was really good and across the board. You can't fault them at all for. Again, just and again, it'll get there. Offensively, just be more creative, and you saw that in the second half. We played into it throughout the first half. Continued to play into it and get stronger as the match went on. So,
yeah. But not the result we wanted, but I see a lot of positive there.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the club back in action on Wednesday night.
Right.
At I almost said Rio Rancho. No, they're at UNM Soccer Complex taking on Cruisers FC in the Open Cup. Now, again, all of this is pending the players going on strike or not. We're still operating under the specter of a potential strike. I mean, I would expect to see a win on Wednesday night. I don't know too much about Cruisers FC. Again, when you get below even, the second division, it gets even harder to find out information about these clubs. Any concern going into Cruisers FC on Wednesday, or do you think this is a chance for United to?
No, I mean, Sanchez will probably play a few, the younger guys. I don't think we have too much to worry about. As long as we take the other club seriously. The moment you don't take them seriously in an Open Cup competition, any kind of competition like this, bad things happen.
Yep, that they do. We've certainly seen that in other areas as well. And obviously MLS clubs have underestimated USL Championship clubs
Absolutely.
before in the past. You don't want to do that here. I mean, we've done pretty well in our history against lower division clubs. Cruisers FC, part of NPSL as of last spring. I'm looking to see. Other than the announcement, I haven't been able to find much about them on their website. So don't really know a whole lot about Cruisers going into Wednesday, but I think it's going to be a win for United heading into the next round of the Open Cup. And then obviously we have San Antonio away next weekend as well. I think that's going to be of more concern. So like you said, playing some younger guys on Wednesday, I don't disagree. I think, as much.
Do you think we're going to see shakes between the sticks, or
No, I think we see a Rosarena.
okay.
Yeah, I think we see a Rosarena on Wednesday. And it's not for a lack of, Shakes' effort tonight or that, he had a poor performance. Shakes did well.
Mhm.
It's the header, obviously a very well placed goal by Prentice, and then just the fluky own goal off the head from I think Shakes is fine. This isn't we're taking Shakes out.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it more like, you think you just want to give him more playing time, aim as the season's going, or we're just going to see someone else just because it's US Open Cup? Why not?
Yeah. And I mean, a Rosarena is a very good keeper. I think
Mhm.
putting a Rosarena in there, you're not going to have much of a drop off, if anything, in talent and ability. But yeah, I think you throw a Rosarena out there, see how he works. While I think it could be a chance for the first team to continue to gel, I think you save them for Saturday against San Antonio.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, you got any closing thoughts on tonight's match before we get out of here?
I'm not disappointed with their play, so looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yep, I am as well. This is fun. This is the first time I've seen the guys, live, live, so to speak. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being out there on Wednesday night. Looking forward to seeing how they do against San Antonio. See, it's Bolty's fault. It's all because Rochdale won. It's all Bolty's fault. So, but guys, thank you for joining us for the watch on. We're going to continue to do these throughout the season. We don't have a schedule for this yet. As soon as I know, because a lot of it's going to be based around what 1017 is doing. As soon as I know which matches we will have watch alongs for, we'll let you guys know. But for those of you that are here, Bolty, Desert Friar, who else was here? Josh was here early on. My wonderful fiance has been tuned in as well. Thank you guys all for being here and participating in the chat. We've talked about this. We've done some in the past, but you might see more of it from us this year. So, and also I can't forget, special thank you to Symphonic for being here. You and I have chatted many times over the years, Discord, subreddit, huge United fan. I can't thank you enough for taking the time out and coming and doing this with me tonight for our first watch along for 2026.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, guys, again, Wednesday night, New Mexico United hosting Cruisers FC over at the UNM Soccer Complex. If you haven't gotten your tickets, get out there, get your tickets for Wednesday. And then otherwise, we'll be here Tuesday night for United Front at a regularly scheduled time, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, to break down tonight's match. Look forward to Cruisers and San Antonio and bring you any more news and notes from around the league and the club. So maybe do one of these at a watch party. The problem with that, and it's something we've talked about, is the access to Wi-Fi and just the general noise level of the watch parties. But
if you mic'd it right, you'd probably be okay. Maybe a watch part, maybe one of the local restaurants has like Ethernet or something that you could plug into.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that we've talked about it. It's a lot of it just comes down to number one, can we get permission from one of the watch parties to let's do it? That's number one. Number two, do they have the infrastructure for us to do it? Like, can we, like I said, can we hook up to Ethernet somewhere instead of just using, either 6G, 5G, or even their in-house Wi-Fi? All of the technical limitations of that. But yeah, you're right. With the miking and stuff, we could figure that out.
We've also discussed on the Discord about maybe running our own watch party for our group of people, and that would, you could do it at that, because then we'd have control of the watch party.
Yeah, we could do that as well. Well, yeah, we'll chat about that. I'll chat with Jacob and we'll get together. We'll like I said, we're definitely planning on doing more of these. But yeah, maybe there is an in-person watch party at some point. We all like gather somewhere, a restaurant. I don't want to suggest someone's home because I know that can be a little invasive for some people. So, but no, we'll put together some more. We'll get together some ideas and we'll definitely make some more of these happen throughout the season. So, thank you all for being here. Symphonic, thank you again for being here. And we'll see you guys again Tuesday night, 8 o'clock for our regularly scheduled programming. Thanks, guys.